Hello everyone, Ben Williams here from Old Tin Cup Habitat Restoration and Enhancement, and today we are back out in the field, and we're going to start doing these viewer submitted videos of topics and stuff like that. So this one, I want to touch on a couple things. This question was brought in from Alex Woolston. He's reached out to me about getting out there for a property visit on his property, so as soon as I get done filming these videos today, that's where I'm headed back to, is the house, to shoot him over a quote for everything going on. Actually, what we're doing right now, and this is key to this, is I'm in here talking. I got deer bedded right down here, tower stand right here in these locusts that overlooks that bedding area, and there's a food plot out here too. But what I want to talk about, and one of Alex's questions was, I wanted to talk about plot screening and stand access. So for this spot particularly, if I'm not talking and blowing these deer out, you can see I got a cut trail right here, just inside, right here, which the deer are using it because they're getting all this fresh apple browse that we cut down in here, but that's okay. They won't be getting this here in a little while. But now this has a cut access. You can see they're in here just browsing like crazy in here. Getting all this really ripe apple forage right now. But anyway, I digress. So what this allows me to do is, now you can see, completely concealed from this side hill bedding. This trail is going to actually extend back. I ran out of chainsaw gas the day I was in here cutting some shooting lane trees for this stand. But as you can see, what this does, gives me a clear path right to the ladder of the stand. Now these stands were put up late this year. I will say we were neglectful about getting them on time. So what we're going to do is, this coming year, you can see out here, let me get a little closer to it. You can see out here, small food source extends this way, and then down the hill, bedding area over there that the stand overlooks for the majority of the hunting opportunities, as well as there's cross through a couple of transition areas down below. But what this allows me to do here, access this trail completely blocked from a majority of this bedding most of the time of the year, and this will grow up thick. We're going to let these couple honeysuckle bushes stay here for that. So accessing, not just walking on our trail for equipment, side by sides to recover the animals, tractors, whatever. We're not walking right down that and exposing ourselves. So in the spring here, late spring, we're probably going to do a planting out here, switchgrass. I'm going to experiment with that this year. But a majority of this right here is going to be built back up with tops of a lot of these trees that are down in here, as well as there's 3-4 that got to come out right here to be able to extend this tower blind. This is a rifle spot specifically, but making this access bulletproof. I'm going to pile up a bunch of brush here, as well as have a screen of switchgrass right here. This is sorghum Sudan grass. This works really well, but if you're up here in New York or northern climates where we are, get a lot of snow, lays it right over. So we're going to probably do a perennial switchgrass here. I'm going to leave that overgrown apple tree there probably for cover. But this is what I was up in here doing that day with the chainsaw. Just cutting this, exposing this area, blocking a couple trails that come out right under this stand, because I don't want them coming right here anymore. I want them out 40 yards and out. I don't want them right under us. And you can oversee all this movement for bedding. Big transition area across this power line. Huge, great bedding up in here, which is still concealed by where the stand is, tucked up in them locusts, as well as they bed on this side hill as well. But again, this will be brush pile to block it, as well as switchgrass right here, blocking the initial, and probably we'll put a Sudan strip again out here for the annual, because it'll get the height. Might even mix a little of that Sudan in with the switchgrass in this blend. I'm not sure yet. I got to do a little bit more thinking on it. But there's your quick video for switchgrass. It's completely new to me. I've been getting a lot of questions on switchgrass, so it's something I want to feature. But that's the big thing, is make a bulletproof trail going in and out of your stand. This is a south wind spot only. Blows everything right on your access, kind of crosswind you to where this stand location is. Nice elevated blind. Great for getting new hunters out there, or when it's bitter cold, like when there's food sources, where they're bedded up on these hills, especially with a west wind, a southwest wind. This spot's dynamite, because they come in here with the west shielded side hills and stuff like that, and south wind, and you can hunt, the distance of this power line with a little bit of manipulating. This is the First Trail plot spot. It's actually where I shot my first turkey on the farm here. But there's your video today, guys, for plot screenings. I like the Sudan grass. It works really well until we get snow and heavy winds. And then, I mean, this is what you get this time of year with it. And this was at least 10 foot tall and planted late. So it's a good product for early season for sure. But a lot of times I like brush piles. I like using topography to get into a spot. You can see we were just below the roll there of the hill. Gives you a little bit of that terrain breakup as well for that access trail. And then we're going to use a switchgrass for a perennial type screening with that. And that's a whole new thing for me. So I've reached out to a couple people to ask questions about it. But if you guys have any other topics you'd like to see, I want to thank the submission for today for this question. It was a great video topic to kick off this. I'm going to film a couple today because I got time before I go back to the office tonight. So if you like this video, give us that thumbs up. Drop your comments down below about what you'd like to see in upcoming videos. I do these videos unedited, completely live, one take. So what you see is what you get, and this is the real world side of stuff. So this isn't 200 acres in Iowa. This is about 100 right here on this piece of property in New York, high pressure, you know, $2 a year state. So this is the real world, you know, working with real budgets. You know, not a rich guy. I got to work 3 different jobs to be able to pay and play a little bit with what I do. So that's the long and the short of it, guys. Anybody can do this on any budget with any piece of property. You can do some form of management. So find the tool that best fits your scenario to pull that out of your toolbox to use it. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Ben Williams from Old Tin Cup Habitat Restoration Enhancement. See you guys all next time here in the field.